Hi everyone, I'm Courtney Rowland here with my two favorite people, Dani Postman and Mark Passwaters. We are up in Aggie Land covering Texas A&M spring football practice. A lot to talk about, a lot of things going on in Aggie Land as of late. We've got baseball beating Texas, A&M football, spring practice number 9, and Buzz Williams coming to College Station Landing here in about an hour. First going to pass it to Dani, who's going to talk to Mark a little bit about what we saw out at practice today.
Yes, so we were out here at practice number 9, and the boys did look great today, but I do think that our coaches and our players are starting to feel some of the weight of this spring practice, and Coach Fisher was very intense today, so was Coach Elko, and we do have quite a few people out on our injury list. What can you take from all of that, Mark?
What can I take from what we saw? Not much, because there are an awful lot of people missing. You were down to your third-string running back. Jacob Cabote was taking snaps with the ones today because Vernon Jackson is out along with Jashawn Corbin, so that gives you an idea of how thin you're getting. They had a walk-on receiver with the ones today because all the wide receivers were on bikes. As we were leaving, we saw Kendrick Rogers, Courtney Davis, Rashad Paul, Caleb Chapman, Hezekiah Jones, all of them out today. So you got to see, very little out of guys that we would expect. The interesting thing that I took out of watching the offense was Baylor Cupp was with the first team, and there are no injuries at tight end. He's just there. He also caught hell from Jimbo for running the wrong route and got the first very loud profane "do it again." So welcome to college. The other interesting thing was looks like they've got their originals back on the offensive line. Jared Hocker was back out there at left guard today. At right guard, they've been kind of rotating a little bit. It looked like Colton Prater was out there today, so that was kind of interesting. Tank Jenkins got praise from Jimbo last week and was with the twos today, so figure that out. Cam Brown was with the second team wide receivers. That's the first time we've actually seen him. Outside of that, not much. Jaden Peavy was out on the defensive side. Didn't see Charles Oliver, so just extremely, extremely thin at this point in time. How serious are the injuries? We don't really know. Probably not all that much. Nicks, bumps, and bruises, but they're not going to take any chances.
Right. So quite a few things to take from our football practice today, but I'm going to hand it over to Courtney to talk about some basketball news.
All right, yes, the buzz in town is Buzz Williams. That's right. He's about to land at the airport here in College Station in 1 hour. Mark, home run hire?
Oh, yeah. I think that he was the best available guy. You take a look at who was feasibly available. I'm not talking like John Calipari or Coach K or Roy Williams. Those guys aren't leaving. Bill Self wasn't leaving. And honestly, he's going to get in trouble anyway, so whatever. But what you need if you're A&M is you need somebody who has a history with the state of Texas, somebody who has rebuilt the program, and somebody who's been consistently successful. Check, check, check. Buzz fills all of those boxes. You're talking about a guy that has won with different varieties of players. He has come to a place where the cupboard was empty, and in 3 years had him in the round of 32. I think that, as far as, really legitimate options, A&M came up with by far the best one. And if you take a look at coaching combinations nationwide with Jimbo and with Buzz in the two big profit-making sports, it's really hard to beat what A&M has now.
Is there any talk about what his salary might be?
I think it's probably going to be in excess of $4 million. It may push $5 million. It really depends on what they needed to do to get him. This has been in the works for a while. I had heard that it was done 3 weeks ago. So, once again, this is evidence of Scott Woodward. Basically, when he makes a decision that he's going to make a move, he strikes very decisively and keeps his mouth shut. I was impressed with how swiftly this moved. Everybody knew that this was going to happen, and it's not a surprise that it did. But the fact that they didn't even really have to haggle is really impressive.
And was there any second option behind Buzz, or was Buzz the guy all along?
Buzz was like Jimbo. You talked to the first guy and he hired him. That's the amazing part about all this. We're used to the proverbial nationwide search, ending up mostly in Houston. But in this case, they went out, they had their target, they were able to sell their plans to that target and pay him significantly and get him. And this is a sea change for Texas A&M. We're not used to seeing option one immediately say yes. We're used to option one maybe going and then say no. In this case, they got him. They got him quickly, and I think that speaks very well of Woodward's ability to sell the program and how much money the fan base has been willing to apply to both football and basketball.
That's certainly the case. Buzz Williams will be introduced to the media, to the school, to the campus, to the team tonight, but to everyone else tomorrow, Reed Arena, 4 o'clock. First 2,000 fans get a Buzz Williams t-shirt, so make sure and show up. If not, we will have it all for you on AggieL.com. Dani Postma, Mark Passwaters, Courtney Rowland for AggieL.
Buzz, buzz.